Hi there.
Blind as a bat and tall as a tree. Hey, it's Ava G.
Hello everyone, I'm Ava G and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be reviewing the new series on Disney Plus, Wanda Vision. If you didn't know, Wanda Vision came out this past Friday and it is now streaming 2 episodes. So today I'm going to give you my trailer reaction, my reaction to episode 1, my reaction to episode 2, and some bonus content of another segment. So let's start out with my trailer reaction. So before I even watched the trailer, I was kind of confused on what Wanda Vision was. I kind of forgot that Vision was a character and assumed that Wanda Vision was about her eyesight or something. Yeah, I know that's weird, but I had no clue. Then I watched the trailer and I was even more confused. It didn't give any hints onto what the plotline was, and it kept, and the time periods are changing. You have black and white 50s stuff to bright colorful 70s stuff, and I didn't know even when the plot was taking place. The trailer also introduced us to some new characters, but then didn't give us any information about them or show us anything about their personality or jokes that they made, so it was kind of really nothing to get excited about for me. So now I'm going to give you my reaction of episode 1, and I'm going to recap it for you, so if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you click off of this video for now and go check it out, because there will be spoilers. Yeah. So the plot of episode 1 is that Vision and Wanda look at their calendar, and on their calendar today there is a heart on it and they don't know what that means. So Vision goes to work and finds out that the heart stands for having dinner with Mr. and Mrs. Hart, his boss. And so Wanda doesn't really realize that and thinks it's their anniversary or something, so she plans this whole romantic evening with candles and, you know. Vision comes home with the boss and his wife. Wanda's in her nightgown, and Mr. and Mrs. Hart are very confused, and so is Wanda. She doesn't really know what's going on. So Vision pulls her into the kitchen and tells her that Mr. Hart and Mrs. Hart are expecting this big, multiple course dinner that Wanda hasn't made. Wanda has to figure out how to make this whole dinner and goes through a whole crazy bit of her trying to do it. And then at the end, it all comes together and they sit down for dinner and they're eating, and Mr. and Mrs. Hart start asking them questions about their life. And this is where it gets really weird. Mr. Hart asks them a question and keeps asking it and they won't answer, and then he starts choking. He falls out of his chair so much that he's choking, and Mrs. Hart is just sitting here yelling, "Stop it, stop it, stop it," over and over and over, and nobody's doing anything. And then after 2 minutes of this, Wanda finally tells Vision help him. And so Vision gets down on his knee and uses his powers, because one of the things he can do is go through stuff. So he pulls the thing that's choking him out of him. Really weird. And Mr. and Mrs. Hart leave nothing ever happened. And Wanda and Vision don't really do anything about it. But then at the end of the episode, they decide that today is going to be their anniversary since they don't really have one, and Wanda makes them wedding rings for each other. It was kind of cute. Here are my notes that I took while I was watching the episode. I said that it had a very cute intro, and my parents pointed out that it was very much like the Dick Van Dyke Show. I kind of noticed is that each episode is themed off of a TV show that is significant to its era. So the 50s, which was episode 1, was themed to Dick Van Dyke, and episode 2 was the 60s, and it's themed to Bewitched. And they did very well with the theming. It was in black and white. They had old dresses and stuff on, and they had the corny jokes from the old movies and TV shows. So it was very good. I did enjoy the storyline. It was cute and stuff. It just had a lot of weird moments that for me as not a Marvel watcher or anything, a Marvel fan, I didn't understand them. And in the middle of the episode there was an ad. I don't know why. I don't know if it was significant or not, but I guess I'll find out, and I will let you guys know later after I see the whole series and stuff. So be watching out for that. I also want to point out that really weird moment with the Harts where Mr. Hart was on the floor choking and Mrs. Hart was just sitting there yelling, "Stop it." I thought it was super weird, and then super weird how they just got up and left. It was, I don't know, it was really strange. And I kind of find Then I kind of find then I kind of found a plot hole in the episode, which is that at the end of the episode, Wanda is able to just make these rings for them, but she couldn't make dinner. Now, I don't know if this is her just being stubborn and she wants to live like a normal life and all that and like do it herself and learn how to do it herself. But why wouldn't she just do that in that spring of the moment because it's so important? I don't know. I don't understand like what the extent of her powers are. Then finally at the end of the episode, they pan out and show that the episode was actually in a TV and there was a person watching it. And there is this guy who's taking notes in a notepad, and he closes the notepad and there is the sword. It's like a sword logo on it. Now, me not being a fanatic of the Marvel universe, I do not understand that. But my little brother, Sawyer G, if you know him, he's been on the channel before, but he noticed that and things clicked in his mind. Today, a new segment will be airing called Conspiracy Corner with Sawyer G. Take it away, Sawyer.
Welcome to Conspiracy Corner with Sawyer G.
Hello everybody, welcome to my segment called Conspiracy Corner with Sawyer, where I'm going to give you my opinion as a Marvel fanatic about Wanda Vision. Let's go. Starting off with episode 1. So first, the storyline is based off of the Marvel comics The House of M. In it, Scarlet Witch and Vision have 2 kids, Wiccan and Speed. And in the trailer of WandaVision, it does show 2 cradles, so that might be something in it. That might be a part of the show, which I think would be awesome because it might introduce mutants to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So Wiccan and Speed are Wanda and Vision's twins. They're mutant twins who have the power. Speed has the power of speed, like his uncle Quicksilver, who died in Age of Ultron. Hats off. And Wiccan has Wanda's powers, chaos magic, apparently that's what they called it. So, yeah, that is, I think, how they will introduce mutants into the MCU. So, the final thing is that at the end of episode 1, not post-credits, but kind of just at the very end of it, they show a little segment of a screen, like it comes out from the Wanda and Vision's, dimension, and it comes out on a screen, like they're watching a TV on it, and the person who's watching it sets down a notebook that has the sword logo on it. And if you don't know what sword is, it's S.H.I.E.L.D., but like the opposite of it. They're more on the offense. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s more on the defense. S.H.I.E.L.D. is the founders of Avengers, Nick Fury, Agent Hill, Hawkeye, Natasha, Black Widow. And yeah, they founded the Avengers when Loki attacked New York. When Loki attacked New York, and yeah, that's when they founded the Avengers. So that's what I had to say on episode 1. Back to you, Ava.
Thank you, Sawyer. Now we're going to move on to episode 2. Here is my episode 2 recap. Neighborhood is putting on this little talent show, and Vision and Wanda have decided that they want to do a little magic trick thing. And the thing is that since they can actually do real magic, they have to make it look all fake, which Vision kind of finds stupid. After they rehearse, Wanda goes to hang out with some of the neighborhood women for a little meeting, and Vision goes to hang out with some of the men in the neighborhood watch because he wants security to be tighter. As Wanda is going to the little planning committee thing, she hears a buzzing outside, and it is a helicopter that isn't in black and white. It's actually bright red. But right after we get this, Agnes, one of the neighbors, runs into her, and we don't see it again for the episode. Wanda goes to this meeting, which is run by Dottie, who's kind of like the head of the whole neighborhood, and she's like super mean and wants everything to be perfect, so Wanda's trying to suck up to her and be the best that she can be. At the end of the meeting, Wanda is helping clean up with Dottie, and the radio is playing, and it's playing songs from the 60s, and over the radio we hear someone saying, "Wanda, who is doing this to you?" over and over and over. It was really strange. Dottie at this point is holding like a glass, and it shatters, and she bleeds, and the blood is red. But then we get a commercial break. Now, while this is all going on, Vision is at his neighborhood watch meeting where he is having fun with the guys, and they hand him a stick of gum. If you didn't know, Vision can't eat stuff because he's like a robot, so he eats it. And what do you know? It messes up his system. It makes him really loopy, and guess what? It's time for the magic show. Vision is doing all of his crazy stuff, and then he actually starts using his magic. So Wanda has to use her magic to make things appear that make it kind of look like it's fake. The magic show was a hit. Everybody loved it. Everybody thought it was so funny. It was so good. And Wanda gets the gum out of Vision, and they go home. One thing that I didn't mention was that throughout this whole thing, the talent show is a charity thing that is for the children. And everybody in this whole episode keeps repeating, for the children. I don't know if it means something, but I just wanted to put it in this in case later down the line it does mean something. There was also something else that I noticed. They kept showing Mrs. Hart while the talent show was going on, and like showing her reactions and showing her at her table. But guess who wasn't there? Mr. Hart. That might mean something later too. So then Wanda and Vision head home, and they're very happy that this is all like working out for them and they're in their little normal lives. After all that talk about for the children, when they get home, Wanda turns out to be pregnant, and it's pretty obvious. So Wanda and Vision go outside, and they walk outside, and there is this man crawling out of the sewer in a bee suit with a sword logo on it too. And Wanda simply says no, and he's gone. So that is the episode 2 recap. Definitely a lot of cliffhangers. So here are my notes from that episode. There are a lot of Easter eggs to other Marvel movies and stuff, but I didn't really catch them. My brother and my father caught them a lot because they do watch the whole Marvel series. I wanted to point out that I really enjoyed the characters Agnes and Norm. I know when I was talking about my trailer reaction, I said I wasn't really like excited for these new characters because we didn't know anything about them, but now that I've seen them and stuff, I think they're very funny and I enjoy them. Now talking about that radio part where the person kept saying, Wanda, who's doing this to you, blah 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 blah, Sawyer said that he's heard of this person before. I also wanted to point out that people were saying for the children all the time. I don't know if this means something, but it might in the future. It was just really strange how often they kept pointing it out. I also wanted to point out that the magic act was pretty funny. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of funny, so make sure you check it out. Like I said earlier, they kept showing Mrs. Hart without Mr. Hart, so we don't know what happened to him. This episode I felt was very Twilight Zone-ish. You know what I mean? Like kind of strange and a lot of weird things happening. I wanted to point out like what happened to the helicopter? Like we saw it and then it never happened again. There must be something significant with the color red. I don't know if it's just foreshadowing that there's going to be color in the next episode, or that, well actually there's color at the end of the episode. So I don't know if it's foreshadowing the color at the end of the episode or if it's supposed to be significant in some way. I definitely thought this was like a cute show with cute stories, but I don't understand like the big picture of it. I'm just watching it for like the little short stories in each episode, but I don't get like the whole how it ties into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm going to give you another segment of Conspiracy Corner with Sawyer G.
Welcome back to my segment, Conspiracy Sawyer. Oh my god! Welcome back to my segment, Conspiracy Corner with Sawyer G, where I, as a Marvel fanatic, give you my opinion on the show Wanda Vision. Let's get into it. So now we're going to be talking about episode 2, and geez, did a lot of things happen in episode 2. So first we obviously have to address Jimmy Woo on the radio saying, Wanda, who's doing this to you? We don't know if she's in a different dimension or if like she's stuck in somewhere. Well, she's obviously stuck somewhere, but how is he reaching out to her? Is this going to tie in with Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans signing back on? Because what I'm thinking is that she's going to go crazy and open a whole bunch of different portals, which will probably lead to Spider-Man 3 and the multiverse. So maybe that's why Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans signed back on, because they're from a different universe, coming to stop Wanda. Maybe that's why she's going through all these time periods, because she's opening up these like portals. Okay, so now we obviously have to mention something about the beekeeper crawling out of the suitor. Out of the suitor? crawling out of the sewer. What a weirdo. Can you imagine?
I'm a beekeeper. I have bees.
What a weirdo. Well, we don't know anything about the beekeeper really, or as far as I know, except for he just had the sword logo on his back as he was crawling out of the sewer. So yeah, nothing really on him, but it's weird. We'll have to wait till next Friday. So that's all I have, guys, and I'll see you next segment. Goodbye!
Thank you, Sawyer. Now I'm going to tie this video off with some of my big picture points that I found in this episode. So how I said that at the beginning of this video that I thought WandaVision was about Wanda's eyesight or something, I don't think I was like incredibly wrong. I think it's kind of about like Wanda's vision of what her life could be if they were like normal people and stuff, because that's like the whole plot of the show is they want to be normal and live a normal life without all their magic and weird stuff going on. It could also be Wanda like television, so WandaVision, because at that beginning episode, at the very end of it, it pans out and we see like this dude watching the movie or the show. So here's kind of what my family thought of it. My mom enjoyed it because it had some nostalgia behind it. It was nice to see these old things reappearing again. She liked the corny jokes of it. She liked the black and white. It was cute. My dad enjoyed it because of kind of the creepy, eerie aspect of it. The fact that you don't really know what's happening yet, but you're tied into it, like you want to know. And then my brother Sawyer enjoyed it because he's a big Marvel fan. He noticed a lot of Easter eggs and clues to upcoming movies that he thought were really cool. So with that all being said, that is my thoughts on WandaVision. So in each one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to give like a little small snippet of what I thought of that Friday's episode. So you can expect in next Monday's video, there will be a little thought clip about episode 3 and maybe 4. I don't know if they're releasing them all 2 at a time. Thank you, Sawyer, for being in this video. I hope it was fun for you, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing like 2 sides, because I'm not a big Marvel person, but he is. I think it was kind of cool that we could like weigh it out and see what other people see, perspective. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell, give it a big thumbs up. Leave a comment on what you thought of WandaVision. Have you seen it yet? If not, make sure you go check it out. It was a pretty good show. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye! WandaVision.